Hi guys, how are you? I'm looking over here, I'm sitting in here with the chickens and the turkeys, and I think I can tell one of the turkeys is a male at this point. He's definitely bigger, and I think it's just one at this point. If I can't see him, he's cleaning. But this guy right here, I think that's a male. Because if you look on the top of his beak right there, he's got that, gosh, I don't even know what that's called. And it's bigger, it's longer, it's flopping over. Whereas this one is a lot, ow! You pecked me! Why'd you do that? I'm gonna stand out here. Because that girl just pecked me for some reason, I'm not quite sure why. But anyway, yeah, that's the guy right there. I think that's a male. You can also tell, like, that whole bottom crop thing, or whatever that is bigger. It's really red. It's a lot darker than, like, these guys. So these may be females. I don't know. That might be a male. But I think that's almost definitely a male. He's definitely bigger than the rest. So yeah, I think it might be. I have to say, it's pretty cool to be able to come out here every day and harvest, well, lots of stuff really, but mostly tomatoes lately. What I should be doing, I should be weighing how much I've been harvesting, because I've been doing it for quite a while now. It'd be interesting to see how much food and weight we're getting, so maybe I'll start doing that. Gonna go up to Ayden's garden now. Looks like he's got a bunch of tomatoes ready. So Ayden and I have decided that we're going to let his green bean plants, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 5 or 6 green bean plants, and we're actually going to let those dry out for seeds. So you basically, for green beans, you gotta let them stay on the vine and let it dry out, and then once it's all dry, then you can harvest the beans for the, well, seed, whatever, for next year. Because I see like a bunch of pretty good sized ones on these. But we're going to leave them, and we'll just continue harvesting from mine over there because it's doing perfectly fine. And that way we got enough for next year. The spaghetti squash is starting to ripen. We've got 3 on here that they're not growing anymore in size. They are pretty much the same size, but now they're starting to turn more yellow, which I think is what they're supposed to turn. And I have a little surprise over here, finally. There is a zucchini. Right there. Right here. Believe it or not. So maybe there's hope for these plants after all. These are the ones that are in the middle more. I mean, if you look at this, guys, look at this. Look at how many little guys are on here. There's a whole bunch. I see one over there too, but if it's dying, I can tell. Oh, there's a bee, a bumblebee. Yay. Do your job. We need more bees, and I think that's the problem. I looked it up. It seems like that's the problem over here. So we've gotten a couple zucchini plants, or zucchini fruit, out of those plants over there. Nothing out of here. This is zucchini and yellow squash, and nothing, not one fruit out of this entire area. So I'm gonna go, I think, wow, that is a big truck. I hate these trucks. Anyway, I'm gonna go, I think, to a local farm who has all of this right now, and they grow organic. So I'm gonna go there. I gotta get garlic bulbs soon anyway for planting garlic for next year. So I think I'm just gonna have to buy a whole bunch of yellow squash. I see you, Batgirl. You laying an egg over here? Look at this. Are you wondering why I'm taking your eggs? So with those 4 eggs, that makes 6 eggs today so far. Yesterday was the most we've gotten at one time, in one day I should say, and it was 8 eggs. So I am pretty happy about that. One thing that's on the books to be planned is an overhaul of this entire chicken coop area with the hens. So we're going to be moving the turkeys out. I got a new fence in. It's a pig fence, so we might be exchanging that fence, putting the pig fence in, and using the other fence to make a completely new area just for the turkeys, because like I said, they're mean and they need their own space, especially if we're going to keep 2 of them for breeding, which we're still kind of going back and forth with and trying to do a lot of research to make sure we do this correctly. Sounds like somebody else might be laying another egg. And Batgirl's right in that corner, right there where I just found those other eggs. Does anybody know what these are? We planted them for the fall garden, so they're obviously able to be grown in the fall, but I cannot remember what they are. Anybody knows, let me know. Came over here to check on these radishes and beets. And I'm sitting here and I had a conversation with Matt earlier today. I texted him at work because I was feeling like really wicked overwhelmed. Anybody ever feel like that, where you have so much you need to do, want to do, and you just feel like there's just never enough time to get it done? And then I start to think, well, if I do this or this or this, then I can juggle it around and then I can get it all finished, and that's typically how I work. Like, I'll literally do that so that I can get it done, because I'm the kind of person that it will drive me insane. It will eat at me until I get it done. And I mean, there are some perks to being that way, but there are also some downfalls, because, you know, it is good to take a break sometimes, and I don't do that very often. And I get, not yelled at, but I get told a lot to slow down and take a break. But right now, it's just everything is coming in, and then I have to get this fall garden out and clean up these beds and you know, stuff with the animals and everything else, and I'm just like sometimes. It's kind of how I'm feeling today, which is funny because it's like you have all this stuff to do, but because it's so overwhelming, it makes you want to sit down and do nothing, because you just don't know where to start or what to do or like how to fix it. And it's not because of homesteading. It's because of everything I've gone through lately. With my son and my own health. If you don't know what I mean, I'll leave a link up for you. And I feel like I need like a break of some sort, but I don't know exactly how. This is so weird. It's like when you know, you're like, okay, I need a vacation. I need to go away on a vacation or something. It's not that. I don't mind being here. I think it's more of needing quiet time and needing needing rest. The problem with that is my body might need that, but my brain doesn't let it happen, and it's not what I want to do. It's very hard for me to do nothing all day, to sit and do nothing all day, like to relax, or I don't watch a lot of TV at all. It just, I don't know. Anybody else get like that? I hope I'm not alone in this, because it's kind of strange and it's really weird to explain. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Alright, enough about that, I guess. It'll get done in time. I have taken everything out right here. There's that one I'm letting go. This lettuce, because of, you can see all of these seeds on here. So everything else though is getting ripped out and replanting this area for all those lettuces I have up there that need to go in the ground. Alright, I just spent like an hour cleaning up this whole garden bed, this entire thing. Just couldn't stand it anymore. So I raked through, got all the weeds out of the paths, out of the beds, emptied this out so I can replant lettuce here that's up there, and just cleaned it all. I got a pile there to put in the chickens, giving the chickens it all so they can scratch it up and make it in the compost. So weeding everything out in here. I've got a little bit left to do in the broccoli and in some of the tomatoes, but for the most part I got all this done. Up there has been the vein of my existence as far as gardening goes. I hate that part up there, and it all grew in when I ended up at the hospital with my son after his accident, and yeah, it's so overgrown. I'd love to go through it with a weed whacker, but I've got corn and beans in there, so I think I'm just gonna let it do its thing, and once it's all finished, tarp it and kill it all for next year. I think that's probably the easiest thing, because that would take an awful lot to weed all of that. Oh, my fingers are hurting because I did it all by hand. That makes me feel better. That looks like less clutter to me, because it's cleaned out. I don't know, is that weird for that in gardening? It just, I don't know. I'm not, I don't know. I want all of my vegetables and everything to take up all the space and be big and bushy. Not the weeds and the sticks and the leaves. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get these lettuces in. And I think this is all, it's like 1, 2, I think 3 different kinds of lettuce here. These guys are not looking so great. Need to water them. After all that rain, goodness. Mr. B is following me. He kind of follows me around everywhere. It's cute. Lettuces are in. Got them all in over here, and then some bushy looking ones up there. Don't know what they're called. Not a big deal, we'll eat it no matter what. I knew somebody was over here laying another egg. So what does that make? 7 eggs today. Yay! Good job, ladies! Alright, just finished cleaning up. So it's time to take Aaron to his therapy. He's got physical and occupational therapy today.